Okay, welcome. This is not clickbait. This is not clickbait, and I promise you, if you can watch this until the end, I think you'll find something that you can use in your town, your country, where you are right now, to help bring in an income. And for you all who are traveling or want to travel, hope you take everything I'm about to say. You can use it to generate an income, create relationships and friendships. And yeah, let's get started. I don't have any notes or anything. I don't know why they're doing so many fireworks, but they are. How I made $127 an hour working for a cafe. Now this wasn't a cafe here where I'm living at. It was a cafe in Mexico City. So if you guys followed me, you guys know I kind of showed the whole story of it and what I did and all that. And I'm going to explain to you how I did it. And then I want you to apply it to where you are and where you're living at. And I guarantee you can make a really good living and a good side hustle by doing this. So basically what I did, and if you guys don't know, here in Mexico, they charge, the people working usually make about 200-300 pesos an hour, which is around a day, which is around like $10, $15 a day working. And my friends, I believe at this place in Mexico City, I think they make about $15 to $20 a day maximum. And I say this because I was paid, I think it was $125 for 1 hour. So what I want you to do, and let me explain it to you, I'll break it down for you so you can understand it. I promise you can use this for your own life. So basically, think of something that you're good at. Something that you like doing and you're good at. Because sometimes those two aren't related. Something you like doing and that you're good at. So for me, it's photography. I love photography. I love creating content. I love creating videos. And this is what I do. And one of the things that I saw is I went to this cafe and I saw this lady. She was looking through at cameras. And I said, hey, I can help you out with some recommendations for a camera. And she's like, yeah, I don't know about this one or this one. And they're all really expensive. And I said, well, let's find a deeper question to ask her. So my question was like, well, and actually I'll show you guys where I'm walking as I tell you stories so you guys can see. Place here in Mexico. So I said, okay, so what do you need the camera for? That was a deeper question to ask. And when she told me that, when she explained to me that she needed it because she wanted to get pictures of her cafe. And I said, okay, well, this camera will work, this camera will work. And she's like, oh, thank you, you know so much about it. And I said, well, I also have a camera. And the camera that I have cost about 8 times as much as these cameras you're looking at. And I actually know how to shoot photography. And living in Bali and Asia and Vietnam and all these places, when I was in Asia, I took a lot of pictures, street pictures, which I'm going to release soon on different platforms. And I was able to say, well, I can do pictures for you all. I said, I'll do a photo shoot. I'll do 3 20-minute shoots of all the food you have. And one of the things that when you're coming up with an idea and you're coming up with things, everything is about the terms. So you all who want to do contracts, who want to work with hostels or work with brands, it's about the terms. Because they asked me, what do I charge? And in general, I would probably not do it for less than $50 an hour. And especially if they want to edit it, be something different. But I'm not doing it for less than that. And I said, well, they don't pay their staff that much. So my brain went to thinking, how could I get my values worth out of this contract? So I said, hey, here's what we're going to do. I'll shoot your photo shoot 3 days, any days. And you got to be careful here in Mexico because the cars will hit you. I said, and I'll shoot the photo shoot 3 days, 20 minutes. And she said, well, what's your price? So I thought about it. And I said, the price, what I'm going to do is let me just eat here for free for 10 days. And she's like, 10 days? I said, yeah, 10 days. I want to eat here for free for 10 days. I only want 1 sandwich and 2 drinks. That's it for 10 days. And I didn't get any cash. Nothing had to be done. Because a lot of times when you're working for places and you're going to work and get cash in hand, they usually have to write it down a lot of times and deal with all that other stuff. So they were to just give me the food. And on top of all of that, I said, all the pictures that I shoot, I get to eat everything. Okay? I get to eat everything. They said, perfectly fine. We'll do it. And they also had a wine bar as well, what I went to, and I did that. That was another photo shoot and contract. But I tell you that because what I did is I used something that I like to do and that I was good at, and I found a place where it was needed. So a lot of you guys, if you're living in a country, or especially if you're traveling and you're just traveling abroad and you're good at something, know what you're good at and be on the lookout for people who are in need of that. I know I'm good at photography. I know I'm good at videos. I know I'm good at talking. I know I'm great at telling stories. I know this. So anytime there's opportunities, I insert myself to say, how can I help you guys out with that? What do you guys need? What would help make it better? And so for a simple thing as taking pictures, basically paid for my meals. For 10 days, my breakfast was paid for. Where in reality, most of the time my breakfasts are, I don't know, depending where I'm going, $10 to $15, $20. And back then I was eating out for every single meal. So I tell you this story because it doesn't matter where you are. There's always a need that you're able to fulfill. Now, I do this all the time. A lot of my clients have come through it this way. It's how I build businesses and how I'm able to give back. I guess I shouldn't say I have built businesses, because I guess I should say it's how I've built a lot of success for me in the ways and freedoms that I have is because of finding these opportunities that you have. That's your gift. You have to understand that you have a gift. You have to think of it. Like I've run so many programs on this, but I don't want to talk about it so much. But I ran something back in the day called Side Hustle Magic, where I talked about finding your passion and building that side hustle. And this was 2 years ago, before I even had built a business and was generating an income from the business. And one of the things I said in there is, most of the time, the things that you're made fun of for, the things that you're joked about for, the things you were told to shut up about when you were growing up, the things that people told you to stop doing, maybe your teachers told you, your parents told you, a lot of these in the past, what's been told to you, you suppressed. And that's some of your greatest gifts. I want you to just think about this for a second. Me in school, I got in trouble all the time for wandering. Wandering, if you don't know, I don't have a lot of English speakers as first language, but wandering means when you just walk around. It means you just go randomly walk around. Like they were always writing my parents, like, he's just wandering around the halls. He's going far to the other side of the school when he says he needs to go to the bathroom. And that was one thing that I did a lot. And now look at me. I wander around all the time. I'm in the middle of a field. I have my bike over there. I'm going to ride through that field. I'm going to ride up and down through these fields. And I usually ride up into those mountains each day, finding a different mountain to go up. That's what I do. And it's what I love doing. And on top of that, I was also told that Luke talks too much. He talks too much. He's always talking. He's always being a distraction to people. But in my eyes, I wasn't distracting. I was in a distraction for what you wanted them to look at. They were really into what I was saying. So one of the things you can see is that I was able to, actually, I forgot I got to be somewhere. Let me just check the time real quick. We're good. So one of the things that I want you to think about is something that you're great at doing and you love doing and you like doing. Look at what you were suppressed at and look for the opportunities where you live. I promise you, you don't have to wait till you're traveling to start doing it. You don't have to wait till you're traveling to start making money. You don't have to wait till you start traveling to start building a business. But there's something that you're good at and you like doing. You're good at and you like doing. You're good at and you like doing. And be on the lookout for those opportunities, because believe it or not, some of you guys love getting dressed up and looking all fashionable. Look around for look for someone walking around with a camera, because they like taking pictures. If they like taking pictures and you like posing for pictures, you've got a way that you guys can help each other. So I think there's when you can look around for opportunities like that, and you can be on the lookout for opportunities like that, and you realize that, okay, I guess I get this. I understand this. This is what people want. Your eyes become adapt to things like this, and you look for opportunities. And one thing is, when you start to look for opportunities, one of the amazing things that happens is you become a beacon of light, like a lighthouse, and those opportunities find you. I've had so many opportunities in my life because I've just looked for opportunities to travel, look for opportunities to work, look for opportunities to help out, look for opportunities right now to create content. And those opportunities present themselves through hits of inspiration or motivation or any of these kind of things. It's not motivation, inspiration. So that's how I made, I think it was like $125. At the end of the day, when I totaled up, it was like, I think it was around $12, $13. It was about $13 a day for 10 days that I was able to do for just 20 minutes of photo shoot, where I also got to eat all the food that I shot pictures of. And yeah, I think that's one way that you guys can create a little bit of side hustle and at the same time get your brain thinking along the lines of like, what do I like doing that I'm good at? What if people told me that I'm good at? What if people told me that I should be doing that I'm not? What do I need to have the courage to do that I'm not doing? And as you start to do that, you start to see opportunities and everything open up for you. Love you guys, just wanted to share that with you. But now on that note, I am going to go for a ride, wander, and talk to myself. And just want to say thank you for being here. Thank you all for watching so much. All of you guys who have been supporting me, who reach out to me, who send me emails, really means a lot. You guys who are tuning into the lives that I've been doing, that really means a lot. That makes me feel so much more fulfilled. I'm sure I'll do travel vlogs and all that kind of stuff coming up soon in the future. But doing these lives and getting you guys, showing you guys how you're able to do it for yourself as well, and just kind of guide you along the way so you're not stuck living a life that you don't want to live, that was what fulfills me so much. So all of you guys who comment, who watch, thank you so much. I'll speak to you later. And in the meantime, everyone always remember to work hard, be brave, and don't forget to smile. Ciao.